Hi, welcome, welcome. I'm back. Good evening to everyone. I plan to play a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh today. Um, I've been MIA for like a week. There's a ton of schoolwork. I was able to have some free time as well for like last week to be able to play, but the issue was um, I think I wasn't in the mood for streaming because there's like a lot of stuff going on, personal stuff. But I was able to sort it out after like few uh, few days, and I should have been able to, should be able to be back on stream now and all of the other good stuff. Also, the game that I was playing some Radiant Historia on the Steam Deck. So, and wasn't able to, and my Steam Deck is currently not hooked up to my streaming setup. So, that's the reason why I thought it was a hassle to, set up another device for streaming. I have to go upstairs and all of that good stuff. And also for school, I have four subjects starting this semester. I started 2 weeks ago with school. I have four subjects. I normally I don't have much issues with, you know, studying and all of the academic stuff. I could usually do it um, in line with my gaming, but this time I have to play catch up with one subject. So it's just one subject that I'm really having a hard time. So once I'm able to catch up, I should be able to, be back to my normal routine and all that good stuff. So yeah. Uh, okay. So I'm sorry for the stalling. It's my first time to open again the Master Duel on PC. I've been playing on the Switch for like whenever I have the free time, but so I have not updated the PC version yet. So yeah, okay, we finished just in time. Have the free time. Okay, Dice Rally. There's a new event. Let me just check. It's Fusion, Xyz, and Link monsters, including Fusion Pendulum and Xyz. Alright, I'll do that probably within the week. I'll just have to figure out the deck that I'll be using. New gates added to solo mode. I used to do solo mode before. That's the reason why my gems are like this. Uh, I've been doing those like before. Loner deck trial campaign for rank duels. Cyber Dragon, Evil Twin, and Eldritch. Alright. Five secret packs to rank duel loner decks. Will stay available July 1. Right. The loner decks are okay, I guess. But the problem with that is I don't think the loner decks will stand a chance, against the the super strong deck. So I would say as of today, I think the strongest deck based on what I've seen on like YouTube and stuff is Blue Eyes, and I don't think that's changing anytime soon because they just updated the ban list and they didn't hit any of the Blue Eyes pieces. So I assume that it's going to stay that way for a long time. After they update the ban list. Okay, I'm just received some of this. So I'm not gonna do dice rally today. I'm gonna probably do that on another time. My main focus today is to edit my deck. Unfortunately, I've been hit by the ban list. So if you're gonna check now the ban list, okay, the standard. Okay, the limited. This one is not the part that I was hit, but this one is almost all of my decks has Solemn Judgment. So I've been relying on this card for like forever. So since they added that to the, you know, to the ban list, that all of like majority of my decks has been hit by that. So I currently have, I think, four decks at the moment, and this is the deck that I'm planning to focus on for like the time being. I know it's not that strong. This is a Gravekeeper deck. Looks like I updated it. Let me just double check. It still isn't good, but I think I did some edits on it. But I still will do the edits today. So let's dive on. So the reason why I like the Gravekeepers is because of the Necro Valley. So this one, the field spell, it's like a old school Yu-Gi-Oh, wherein you rely on one card so that you have like your core strategy. Unlike before, there's like the Yu-Gi-Oh today. Your deck has to have to be like a Swiss knife. It has to be able to deal with a lot of stuff that the opponent's throwing at you. So I don't like to play that way. I like to play, like the normal Yu-Gi-Oh and see what I will reach. Like, for example, what rank I would reach or something like that. And if I can't break the rank, I don't get frustrated. I just stop playing and try to do something else if I hit like a ceiling on my deck. So, yeah. So the core of the strategy is to be able to play Decker Valley. So this shuts down all of the graveyard shenanigans mostly. So it negates any card effect that would move a card in the graveyard to a different place. So if you're adding it to your hand, no, that's not possible. If you're banishing it, that's not possible as well. If you're summoning it from the graveyard, you won't be able to do that. So for me, that's like a very good strategy to bank on. So with that, this is probably the core of this is important. So I'll probably, and then this one too. This is a fusion monster that cannot be destroyed by card effects if Necro Valley is in the field zone. So this card and any card in your field zone. So it protects this. This card cannot be destroyed, and any card in the field zone cannot be destroyed. So it protects Necro Valley too, and it's like a slow search because after your end phase, you get to get like a Gravekeeper monster or a Necro Valley from your deck to your hand. So the core of the strategy is to be able to use this too to create like a semi-lock. Because when you summon this, you're usually gonna search for the Imperial Tombs to counter whatever they're going to throw at you. So it's it's like a pseudo control deck that's conservative and all that good stuff. So looking at this deck, it's not very effective. I would remove this. There's no face-off card in the field, and then I will also remove this for the time being. This card is good, but I kind of wanted to remove him, so to have like a template. This one too. All right. So we have this as a template. The reason why I wanna increase this. Ah, sorry. We add this. Okay. And then let's. Okay. Okay, I'm thinking to add another Artemis. Should be two Artemis. You know what? Let's add another one. Okay. So this combos with Gravekeeper Recruiter. So since it only requires like a level 4 or lower spellcaster monster, what you do is you normal this guy and then you link him off to Artemis. So what happens is that this guy gets to set his effect off. So what you usually do is you search for Commandant, Gravekeeper Commandant. So you can discard this and add a Necro Valley from your deck to your hand. So it's more of a consistency piece and lets you search what you need. So I think this is good. This one is important, even it's like its normal rarity, because it's the fusion. It enables the fusion from any Gravekeeper monster from your hand and field. So what you usually do is you normal the spiritualist, you activate its effect, and then you fuse with the supernaturalist. Okay. This one is a consistency P. No, this one is a graveyard recursion. So you summon this, and then you usually summon another spiritualist, so you could do the fusion again, just in case your supernaturalist gets removed or anything of some sort. The ambusher gets a discarded Necro Valley from the graveyard to your hand. So I don't think this is used often, but I think there are times that it may come up. So that's the reason why I added the ambusher, just one copy. The heretic is a little bit tricky. So this is because the boon is that all of the other card effects will not affect the heretic if Necro Valley is in play. So that makes him like a decent attacker on itself, because you just normal summon him, and usually there's like the 1/8 stat line for a level 4 monster is pretty good. So it should be good, because one of the main reasons why you're playing this deck is so you could play the hidden temples. So if you have like Necro Valley and you have Supernaturalist in play, you will then use the temples so that neither player can special summon monsters except Gravekeeper monsters. So it's like locking the opponent to so that they won't be able to special summon. Similar to the barrier statue decks that we had. So like something like that. Okay. So this is my going second card. So whenever like my opponent has something, I could, at least respond to it, so that I could break his board or something. So these are my super poly targets: the Mad Dragon, the Earth Golem Ignister. So a Cyber's monster usually is another Link monster. So if they have two Link monsters, I could just super poly them, and then two Dark monsters, one Fusion monster, and a one Dark monster. This one is a Dragon Synchro monster and a one Warrior monster. This might not be the most effective super poly target. It's probably could be replaced by another one. This one is a level 8 Dragon monster and a level 8 Dark Dragon monster. So I'm not sure how often this two comes up, but I will see how it plays out. So I have Baguska, if in case that I would need to um, do some of his shenanigans. And they also have Zeus. In case Baguska loses its material or runs out of material. So I'm thinking of the Artemis, two Artemis, and then Nightmare Cerberus. These two are just placeholders. I'm not sure if I want to keep them. But the Wee Witch Apprentice is definitely something that I would like to keep. Because it boosts like the dark monsters. Usually most of my monsters are dark except the Commandant. So I should be able to, close the game with the Apprentice. Okay. There's like something like the new super poly targets. This one, Garura. Okay, but it's a UR. I do have some cards, but I don't think I want to blow them for a super poly target. So, just to explain, I could add another Royal Tribute because if you control Necro Valley, both players discard any monsters in their hands, and if you have Necro Valley, there's no way that they would be able to get those back. So let's rename my deck. Necro Valley Lock or Necro Valley Control. Something like that. Okay. Gravekeeper Steel. This is just a one-off. We could target two Gravekeeper monsters in your graveyard, add those targets to your hand. So only you can recover something from the graveyard. This card is a consistency piece. It allows you to add one Gravekeeper monster from your deck to your hand, and then, or you could normal summon another Gravekeeper monster. If you have two monsters on your hand, if for example you have Spiritualist and you have, you already have Necro Valley and you also have another monster, you could do like a double normal summon for Gravekeepers. So yeah, I could add also another one of this, but I don't think Solemn Strike is okay. So I'm now torn. I I won't be able to reduce this because it's like the main reasons why I have extra deck pieces like that. So what I could probably add is a skill drain, or no, because the problem with skill drain is it also affects me. Unlike the Dark Magician, wherein like the ace card is a normal monster, this on this deck it will affect me. So it's probably not the best choice. Let's choose another continuous trap. I'm thinking Crackdown, but I don't think I have that. Let me just check. I do have one Crackdown. Okay. So activate by... Okay, this one is probably not the best choice, especially it's your investment. This is a good card if I'm using the opponent's monster as a link material, but I don't think I have some of the link pieces. I probably need like the underworld goddess of the something that uses like the um nor the opponent's monsters as link materials. So I don't have that. Ghost in Match is good too because I could lock them with Dark. This one is good. Let me add it. And then I think I only have spellcasters, so I could probably use as well the Gozen match. This is a Gozen match, and then there's another one. I forgot the name. Okay, here. It's a rivalry of warlords. So this allows me to lock my opponent with. But the problem is, I should also be um, safe with negations because they probably will negate um, the effect of Gravekeeper Spiritualist. But I think I am protected with Solemn Strike if I'm going second. Okay. Okay, let's generate the Artemis. Okay. So I think this is a good starting place for my deck. I could try it out. Let me just change the boxes and all that accessories. Let me change the box. Let's just use a dual simple case. Let's use this dual field. Let's use the Sky Temple. Let's use the magical hats. Okay, what's the mate for this deck? I'm gonna use the Pot of Greed, and the three main cards should be. That's probably it. Okay, I'm going to try one duel with it to see if it actually works. Why is it prohibited? Huh? Okay, it contains more than 15 cards. Alright, so I need to remove one of these. Think I could remove Cerberus? Ah, no. How to undo? I think I need to remove this card. I don't think it will come up. So let's save that. Okay, let's try it out. So normally this deck thrives on going first because I want to set up Necro Valley first so that the opponent will not have the opportunity to do their plays. But if I go second, I think the Super Poly would be able to help me out. But let's see. All right. So you'll see the power of this deck once I'm able to resolve everything. So I'll summon the spiritualist to summon the supernaturalist. And then I'll activate the temples of the Necro Valley so that they will not be able to special summon on their turn. And then on my end phase, I'll get the Imperial Tombs of Necro Valley to counter their stuff. So this is how the deck plays. It's kind of pretty straightforward. Um, so yeah, they won't be able to special summon because Necro Valley is in play, and there's a Gravekeeper monster. So they have to get rid of the Spiritualist or the Necro Valley so that they would be able to do something, I think. So that's like the main premise of this deck. See, they're just going to end phase. Okay. So then my play is to, set this trap so to counter their stuff, and then I'll just going to attack them directly. Okay. So since they're not pulling stuff up, I will then search for the Necro Valley Temple. So this one reduces their attack of their monsters by 500. Because I think the only way that you'll be able to get through the supernaturalist is usually by battle damage. So by using the temple, I'm practically making sure that there's like, hold on, what does it do? Send one dragon monster if it's against. Okay, go ahead, send it. You won't be able to, summon it anyway, so you could just go ahead and send it. So that's how it actually plays. It also, deals with the blue eye stuff. They won't be able to do anything even if they send that to the graveyard. They won't be able to, special summon or something. Okay, so this is a dragon made deck. I think they could play. I'm not sure why they're not able to play, but maybe they're drawing stuff that's not optimal. But I do think they have the capability to play. Okay, let me just finish the game. Okay, that's probably beginner's luck, but so that's how the deck usually plays. Um, it's just a pretty straightforward lock or stun deck. But that's still, that's not too powerful. I will still want. I mean, the opponent can still play. It's just that it's making hard, it's making it hard for them. But they could still play. I mean, they could try to interact with my board, try to remove Supernaturalist, try to remove Necro Valley or something. But it's just a bit hard, I guess. But it's not obnoxious, I would say, on my opinion. Probably, but we'll see. Let's try another duel using it. I have not played a long time. That's the reason why I'm at bronze. It's probably this deck is strong here on this bracket, but we'll see. Okay. So this is the problem. If I'm going second, I usually don't have anything to deal with whatever they're throwing or something. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure if this is the correct play because doing a power bond on your turn, on the first turn, is not really good because he won't be able to attack, but he's going to take the backlash from the over dragon or like the power bond. He's going to take 1600 damage without being able to attack. So I don't think that's a good play doing the power bond on this, you know. And I also use cyber darks on this channel, so I don't think that's a good play. Okay. He's going to take 1600 damage from the power bond, but okay. We'll see. But this card doesn't. Okay, dragon and machine. All right. So there's a play that I could do. Okay. I don't have Necro Valley in play. So these cards are useless. The only cards that I could use are Solemn Judgment. Okay. So my play is to use the Rivalry of Warlords. You'll have to choose for these two monsters. One will go to the graveyard. And then I could just Solemn Judgment whatever he throws at me. And he's going to have an empty board. So that's my play. If I'm able to set up Necro Valley on this type of deck, they will not be able to win because the Cyber Dark usually rely on the graveyard for doing their stuff. So I could use the Rivalry of Warlords to make sure that it's only one type of monster in the field. Okay. I'm going to choose Machine, and they should be able to attack with the Over Dragon. Okay. I will go and take some damage with the Heretic. Okay. Then I'm going to take 3,200 damage more because of the Over Dragon. So I really need something that will help me search for Necro Valley or something like that. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Okay, looks like I'm screwed. I don't think I could win. This is hopeless. So yeah, there's a problem with the too much backline, I think. Or did I just... Alright, I see the problem with the Imperial Tombs because I can't use it without Necro Valley. And this either. So I need to make sure that I don't have much cards that I can't use because there's no Necro Valley in play. So I have to replace them. Okay. I probably will lose. I don't think there's a hope for this. Unless the Revenant? No, it's not. Damn it. Okay. Right. So from I see the problem with the deck now. I will edit it again. Okay, so without Necro Valley, I will not be able to use this. It requires a Necro Valley and a Gravekeeper monster. So I don't think I need three of these as well. This one, because if the condition isn't met, I won't be able to use the Necro Valley tomb. So let me just remove the Imperial tombs. While it is searchable by the supernaturalist, these cards could usually go as well with the. I mean, they could still be used without the Necro Valley. So I need to think of new cards. Iron Thunder. Good. This is expensive though. You have to think of another way. And this one too. If while in a Necro Grave, I don't think this helps as well. It needs a Gravekeeper monster to a Necro Valley on the field. So that's a tall ask on itself. So let's just remove them. While this card has a steep cost, the effect that's shutting down, the opponent's special summon wins me the game. So I would keep him here. I need to think of three cards that will help me stall the game or some way. I could use evenly matched. Yeah. Metaverse? Ah, the field spell card. The problem with this card is I have to set this. So if it has to be set, I mean, I need to be going for because this deck wants to go first. It probably can work with surprise, but this card is better than this one. So could the commandant could be discarded, so you could add like a Necro Valley, and then you could activate the Necro Valley. This one, although it works, I think I could use it for surprise scenarios, like if the opponent comes up. But it's UR, yeah, it's expensive. What the fuck? Should I just add Nibiru, Ash, Droll, and Lock? I'm just let me just check my. No, I think I need evenly matched here on this. So the reason why evenly matched could be a good card is it's a going second card. This deck wants to go first. This allows me to at least have a chance to win the game if I go second. But I only need two of it. I think two would be best. That I could probably go Lightning Storm or triple Tactics Talent. Okay. So the reason behind triple tactics talent is if they negate something on my field, I could draw two cards, something like that. And drawing two cards on this deck will allow me to accelerate towards a supernaturalist or something. And I'm willing to add another one, but let's not do that. I do have fusion deployment on this deck. Ah, no, I can't use that. Droplet? Or no, I think this is not good. Because if I get negated, I probably would lose. Called by the grave, because this Called by the grave is not good because this the banish effect goes in contrast with Necro Valley. So if Necro Valley is out, I cannot use this. I need to think of something else. So what I need is I need a going second card, ideally. Lightning Storm? No, I don't think Lightning Storm could be good here. Oh. About this one. I think this one works. Yeah, let's try it. Okay, let me try it. One game. We'll see if it actually works. So it's a going second card. It's cheap, and it actually destroys like the board. It granted it includes mine, but the usually I won't use it. You could play around it, you know. Yeah, I do have. I do already have the Gravekeeper. That's what do you call this? Searcher of the Necro Valley. It's the Commandant. This one. Okay. So was I first? I'm not first. Okay. So this is the problem. If I am first, I would have been able to set up all of this stuff, and he should be playing squat. What's this? Dragon normal monster. All right. Okay, he was probably not. Okay. So I could play Necro Valley. I could summon the Commandant. I could put the uh, hidden temples so that he could not special summon anything. And then I could discard this one to get the Necro Valley. And I could use Royal Tribute to let him discard monsters if he has some. Okay, good. Right. So I think from this is already won. Because he can't special summon monsters. I already have like a 2100 attack monster here that and he can't special summon. Usually monsters that would be able to surpass this commandant on attack needs to be special summoned. So he's probably going to, get clubbed by the commandant to loss. Okay. Okay. So this is probably just a slow win. I will attack him using the uh, commandant, and I will wait until he has probably 3 cards in hand. So before I use the tribute. Okay, I don't know what kind of deck this is. Megalith. It's a weird deck with worms. What kind of deck is this? Th- this probably isn't the loner deck. The loner decks were the Cyber Dragon, and then there's like a um what's the other one? Cyber Dragon, Eldritch, and then there's another one that's not this deck. And he doesn't have like a ritual searcher. Okay. I hope I get a monster so that I could finish the game a bit quicker. Okay. Okay, so I could search for a monster. He has a trap, and he can respond to my spell activation. Okay, what's that? I don't know what is his deck up to. It looks crazy. Shiranui Samsara. That's it's a weird deck. I don't know what. Okay. Okay. I should be able to win now without any issues. I don't think he could special summon something along with the Shiranui style synthesis. I don't know. His deck is all over the place. There's like worms, dragons, megaliths, and I don't know what's going on with this Shiranui style Samsara. But the good thing is he won't be able to. Okay. Battle phase? Okay. All right. I'll just finish the game. I was scared for a bit because that's usually the activation period for the event evenly match is you go to your battle phase even without anything. So I was just scared, but should be able to finish the game. All right. I don't know if the deck works because that that person that I fought doesn't have like a real deck. But we'll see. Let's try another one. And then I could probably move on to the next deck. Okay. All right. So my deck loses on going second. So if I go second, usually it's like GG. But all right, let's see. Okay, but I have tribute. Shh. Okay, this is a tier 0 deck with the blue eyes. So this is a blue eyes primite. I'm not sure with the chances that I have with this deck. Probably none, but we'll see. They're probably going to do some misplays just in case, but this deck is a tier 0 deck that's being used at silver bracket. So let's see. Okay. If I went first, he won't be able to do anything. Like the graveyard stuff that he's doing, he won't be able to do it. So that's the reason why going first on this deck is really valuable because they won't be able to do that graveyard shenanigans if I was able to put Necro Valley first. So that's a problem. And that's my issue. If they already did their crazy stuff on turn one, how would I be able to shut them off on, you know, crazy? Okay, this is really crazy. I don't. I will probably lose to this deck, but you know, what can we do? It's just flexing at this point. Okay, I can bait with the Necro Valley so that the Magia can't do the stuff. But yeah, this is the tier 0 deck, the Blue Eyes today. So I probably need the hand traps after all. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I probably won't waste my time on that. He saw how important the Necro Valley was, but if I was going first, none of that would have happened. Really frustrating. So I need to be able to do something on like that sequence. So the problem was he was just doing whatever he wanted on that sequence, and I need to be able to respond to that sequence. So the torrential tribute and the evenly wet match won't be able to help me disrupt that motion. So I need something that would be able to stop those crazy play. So this one, each player can only control one type of monster. Since they're all dragons, this will not work against the blue eyes scrap. So I'm scrapping this. And since they're also light monsters, this one will not work as well against the blue eyes. I know it's just one deck, but I'm just thinking ahead. Blue eyes is like there are just many variations of it, but it's like the prominent deck today. So I need to think about. So I still need the floodgate though. Okay. This one is probably will help me. So each player can only control one monster of each type. So if they have dragon, they only have to have one dragon. They cannot have many dragons. So this one is probably the best choice. A floodgate on this meta. So yeah. And then I need to think past the Magia. So the Magia is a dragon type. This one is not working. This one is not working too. So I need to think of something that will fuse them. Probably the other one. The one that I removed earlier. I removed something earlier here. The SR. So the Ignister isn't coming up, so it's not a good choice now. Where is it? It's a Dragon Synchro monster and Warrior monster. So this probably will let me super poly the Magia. Hand traps. What? So that's the issue. I don't know which hand traps to use. I need to be able to think. Ash will not cut it. Probably Nibiru? But the problem is I could not get rid of Nibiru. If I summon the Nibiru on my field, and then there's like going to be a rock token on his field, I won't be able to deal with the rock token. So that's the issue with the Nibiru stuff. So I need to think something else. Let's check. What does the ghost bell do? Ah, where is that? Dimension shifter? If you have no cards in your graveyard, you can send this card to the graveyard. Okay, this one is the. I will craft this. So So if I don't have cards in my graveyard, I could send this card from my hand to the graveyard until the end of next turn. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So this will stop their shits. And then I would need more hand traps. I could probably go with Ash and then cross out. Let's try that. So let's have Ash. Where's Ash? Okay, let's add Ash. And then I could add cross out. So this way I could not be ashed as well. So if they ash my commandant or my, you know, if they try to ash my commandant to search for Necro Valley, or if they ash my recruiter, I would be able to use the cross out to stop it by banishing my own ash. All right, so that should be good. Okay, I'm going first. So we go first. That's how we roll. Okay. So our sequence is usually we discard the commandant to get Necro Valley, and then we summon Necro Valley. I put a Solemn Strike, and I summon the recruiter. What? Why can't I? Okay. I will then use the recruiter to link off to Artemis. It then lets me search for another card. Okay. I will search for the spiritualist and I will end my turn. So if I have Necro Valley, he should not be able to, do some crazy stuff because he needs to deal with the Necro Valley first. Not unless he has like Feather Duster or some shit. Okay, he does Dimensional Fissure. What the frick is this? Once per turn, if this card, return this card. Add one spirit monster from your deck to your hand, except Aratama. Should I allow it? Go ahead. Sakitama. I don't know this deck. Sakitama and Aratama. Okay. Fiend Spirit and Fairy Spirit. Is this an Exist deck? Okay, it's a Exist deck, rank 4. Exosister. Okay, this is the loner deck. Okay, should be good. Okay, he can respond. He has impermanence. Fine, that's fine. Oh, I could use impermanence on my deck. No, but the problem is, okay, I could. I think I could use it on my deck too instead of Ash. I think. Okay, what's this? Exo Sister. Okay, so the Exo Sister is a deck that it's more of a stun deck. I could see the neither player can special summon monsters from the graveyards for the rest of this turn. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster special summon from the graveyard. Okay, this is. I also like this. I will probably try to check out its. But it probably is expensive, seeing that there's like a UR for it. Okay. Okay, I'm liking the aesthetic of the card as well as its theme. I will check this Exorcister theme. Shit. But a lot might be using Exorcister as of this moment because it's a loner deck. The fuck. Okay, he's going to kill me. That's it's okay. The fuck. Where did I go wrong? It's probably just the drawing or the I was probably breaking, but I think it's a decent build. I just lost once. I mean, let's try again. It's probably just because Exorcister they're not affected by the shutting down of Necro Valley, so it's probably a poor matchup. But I'm just coping. We'll see if it actually works with other decks. Okay, we'll see. I am going first, so I should be able to, deal some good stuff with it. So, crap, 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 crap. So I have Necro Valley. I activate Necro Valley. I then activate the Necro Valley Throne to search for the recruiter. I will then summon the Spirit Supernaturalist to fusion summon. And I'm gonna use the recruiter. Yeah, the Exorcister was strong. The reason behind that is he's not affected by the Necro Valley shutting down, like the effects, because he's actually banishing stuff. So it's probably a poor matchup for my deck. That's the reason why I wasn't able to counterplay that deck. But I should, in theory, this deck that I'm fighting against, if this is not Exosister, they will be having a hard time dealing with the Necro Valley and the Supernaturalist. So we'll see how it actually works. Any deck uses like graveyard for some way, one way or another, but Exosister is it using it because they're more of a banish focus type. That's the evidence by they're using the dimensional fissure, which uh, their their continuous spell banishes cards instead of putting it to the graveyard. So they're probably not affected by Necro Valley because they're banishing their cards anyway. So we'll see. Okay, Punk. You can send this card to the graveyard. If you do special summon, okay. Punk monster, we'll see. Okay, they're special summoning something, right? Okay, what's that? Okay, they're going to synchro summon. They're going to synchro summon to level 6. Hopefully they don't have anything that deals with the supernaturalist. But if they do, I still have the headman. I could summon the headman, get the spiritualist back, and do it again. So we'll see. Okay, bamboozling shadow. Okay, I don't get it. Okay, why would he do that? Is he losing on purpose? The heck is that? Okay. He's probably losing on purpose. I'm not sure. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, I have the Eden Temples. Should not be able to special summon now. And then I could go for the Headman and special summon the Spiritualist. Okay, I could set this. Should probably have finished the game by. Okay, it should be good. All right. Okay, so it actually works with other types of decks. It just didn't work with the Exo Sister because it's a poor matchup. But with other types of decks, it should work if I'm going first. So I think I'm satisfied with that. Okay. Let's check my Dark Magician deck or my Outergeist deck. Okay. So my Outergeist deck is hit because I actually use 3 Solemn Judgments on this deck. So I could just remove one. And I could put Crackdown. I could then remove this so that I could use the, and there can only be one. Hmm. Okay, so this is my wish list on this deck. But it's not a priority because, I could still win without using that card. It's just, if I get it, it's okay. So let's try this deck. Okay, I can't use it. All right, let me just save it. Okay. I am tempted to remove these two because this is just a one-off combo for this two. And then I could add up 2 crackdowns. But it probably will get a little bit obnoxious because this is an obnoxious card. You take control of an opponent's monster. You know what? Let's keep it. I don't want to play Alter Guys today, but I think it's already good. The only things that I am skeptical about is these 2 cards because these 2 are the combo, and it's just a one-off if you draw this or like a specific scenario or there's like a link monster in your graveyard. So I'll keep it at that. Let's check my Dark Magician deck. Sorry. Yeah, so I hit. Okay. Okay, I could use the there can only be one here. Where is that? Where the F is it? And this should work well. Let's try. Let me try the Dark Magician deck. Just one game. Okay, let's go first. Hmm. Okay, so you could actually choose what you get using the chaining for the upstart goblin and the soul servant. So what you do, but let's try first the dark magical circle. Okay, so you could actually choose what you get. So if you activate Upstart Goblin, lets you draw one card, and then you could actually use the Soul Servant to choose the top deck, and that will allow you to choose what you're gonna be drawing. So what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna activate the Upstart Goblin, and you're going to chain Soul Servant to it. Okay, so I'm going to be choosing the Magician Salvation at the top deck, and I'm gonna be drawing it. And I'm gonna use the Magician Salvation to get Eternal Soul to my, to my field. So I do have a now I do have a play on my opponent's turn. I should be able to flip Eternal Soul to disrupt him with the Dark Magician, and then I could use Solemn Strike, and I could also use There Can Only Be One. So this is a good deck. This is a good scenario if he doesn't have Harpy's Feather Duster. If he does have Harpy's Feather Duster, I'm going to quit. Okay. Rose Warrior. I don't know that card, so let's just keep him. Okay, what the F does that do? I don't know. But he's going on the battle phase, so it's probably safe to do the Eternal Soul and summon the Dark Magician. So it will activate the circle. I get to banish the rose. What's that? Okay. But that will not work because I do have a Eternal Soul on my field. It's not going to be affected by anything. So it's not gonna work. Okay, let me just check uh, my stuff. Do I have Dark Magician Girl here? I don't think I have Dark Magician Girl, but we'll activate the Fusion deployment. I could use the Solemn Strike to stop the retaliating sea. And I could remove the back line, the other back line. I could use the soul. I could banish the Soul Servant to draw a card. And then I could set this one and I could battle. On my main phase 2, I could probably go Imduck. Why can't I go Imduck? Well, anyway, that should be good. So if he doesn't have anything that's going to deal with my monsters, I should be winning the game. Okay, I'll go ahead and take control of this monster, and then I'll summon the dark magician that I pitched to the graveyard to attack. Okay. So I'm already well versed on playing dark magician. So I think even without the solemn judgment, I have already tested a lot of games with it. So even the one card adjustment won't probably affect that deck. So yeah, I think everything's good. The Shiranui deck that I have is just more of a fun deck. I'm not sure. This is just more of a fun deck. It's just, this is the one that I use um for gates, like the solo play. This is the deck that I use. Because it's fun to do synchro when you're not being interrupted by enemies, because you could actually combo off uh, on the gates. If you won't be able to combo off in real life though, on like real duels using the Shiranui deck, you're gonna get, hand trap or stop to. So you need to be like clever on your deck building. So what I want to build next is, let's check the shop. Because there's like a limit for the free gems that you get. So if you're gonna check the record of gems that I obtained, there's no paid gems there. I did not spend anything on this game. But it has a limit. You can't get past 10,000 gems. So if I'm approaching like 9,999, I need to, spend some of my my gems. So this is the Exo Sister one. Let's check a free pull from it. So I kind of want the Exo Sister now. This is just a free pull. Okay, there's a UR on the free pull. Amazing. The Weather Painter. I don't know that deck. I would love to do the Fluanderies deck. I will probably build that sometime. Oh, there's another UR. My luck is good today. Should I pull? What's the UR? Enigmaster? Packbit? I don't think it's good, but okay. There seems to be nothing of value. What is this new Wrath of the Tyrants deck? Evil Hero Neos. Holy crap. Argus Stars. Lacrima. The Crimson Tears. So Fiendsmith is the second meta deck. I'm not sure why they're giving more support to the second meta deck, but okay. But to be fair, they hit Fiendsmith. I'm not sure. I think they hit Fiendsmith with the ban list, but they did not touch Blue Eyes. They're crazy. Okay. No free pulls anymore. Okay. It's a bit sad. Let's do the legacy pack 20. Jinzo, RGB, Rainbow Lucian, the F, Trash. All right. Let me just check the event so I have an idea which deck to build. Dice Rally. Okay, this is new. What are the loner decks? Greatest. I did not unlock the Exo Sister pack. It was there on the shop. So if you go to the shop, it's there. This three. One, two, three. So the Sisters of the Light, Tranquil Benediction, and Rescue Team Emergency Dispatch. The others are that are unlocked are not going to be showing up on the top. So these three are probably featured. So yeah, I did not unlock them. So if you're thinking to get them, it's probably time to spend some gems. How about I build a Sky Striker deck? The one that I hate the most. I did not craft the Exorcister card, so it was there on the shop. So So let me just go with the Sky Striker. Okay, so you need one Kagari, one Kaina, I think. Okay, I already have like the alternate art Ray. So this is the alternate art Ray for the Sky Striker. Usually this not look like this. This is the anime version. Ah, okay. But I did not craft anything on the Exo Sister. So I am aware that, if you craft something, it will come up. But if you go to the shop on the pack, like on the secret pack, it will be here, right? Or did I get something from the pack that's Exosister related? I don't think I got one. But I know that they will come up here if you're able to craft something that's an Exosister one. So, yeah. So you could probably craft. Let's check the cards included on the pack. Or probably the featured cards. Yeah, I did not get any of these. So Exosister, Returnia. Yeah, so they're just there on the shop. So yeah, nothing that's related to here that I crafted. So they're just there. I'm not sure why. It's because on the notifications, if you check, uh, it said here that the secret packs will stay available until July 1. So they will be there until further notice. I guess. So you don't need to unlock them using the crafting for the SR. They will be there until July 1 because they're part of the new loner promo that they're having. So they want you to try ranked, and if you don't have a deck, you could lend like the Exosister one. So Sky Striker. This is a meta nowadays. Sky Striker isn't, uh, because before it used to be meta, but I don't wanna play a deck that's meta. If you know what I mean, I don't play that way. So this is the Sky Striker Ace Ray. That's normal art. And this is the UR art. So I got the three set for the Ray, and the Kagari is also different from the uh, normal Kagari art. So that's why I'm motivated to do the Sky Striker decks, because I got cards that are very nice looking. But it's still expensive. I still need to do like a lot of UR, so I probably won't do it now. I'll just leave it here for a bit, and what wait until it gets popular in the anime, because there's like a new anime for Sky Striker that's being cooked by the Yu-Gi-Oh team. So um, they are probably going to get popular, but yeah, I let's just leave it at that. So what deck is good? I don't want to play the popular decks. Blackluster. The heck? This has a That's a ban for terraforming. But this Blackluster is just going second deck. It wants you to attack using the Blackluster Super Soldier. Uh, what's this? The fuck? You can shuffle all cards. But this is really tough. You need to ritual summon using a normal monster, which means you have to use either Dark Magician, which 7, and then, so this is probably hard to pull off, but you usually include this on the Dark Magician kit, which is very tight to begin with. So I don't think I could. It looks cool, but I kind of don't want that. This is a deck that I want to work. I want to, I want to cheer on, but it it kind of it looks sad. Oh, okay, okay. Hang on, vampire. Okay, I need to see something that I need to see a cool card. I know vampires are cool, but I need to you know, h- to have like an inspiration which card to use as an ace. For example, on this one on Dark Magician, the ace is the Dark Magician. For Necro Valley, even though I have like the Spiritualist as one of the key cards, the main card is actually uh, so the main card here isn't actually the Spiritualist or the Necro Valley, but no, it actually is Necro Valley, not the Spiritualist. So I need to choose like an ace card. Let's choose the Heretic. No, the Royal Tribute is the one that's. Hold on, let me just check. So, ho- so the ace card is the Necro Valley, second by Supernaturalist, and the third one, if you're able to activate, is the Royal Tribute. Hold on. The heck, so vampires are zombies. They're not. Heck. Ah, that's a bummer. I don't want because if you're playing zombies, you might as well go Shiranui. They're cooler than any. There's like Demon Slayer vibes using like Shiranui Shogun Saga and the Skill Saga and stuff, and they're like zombies and they have the zombie engine. So the problem with if I'm going to craft a vampire deck, they're probably going to use the same Unizombie engine and then the Mizuki engine, and I don't want to use like I want to put another set of those cards again. So I'll think of something else. Zombie master. A zombie master is. I considered putting the zombie master on the Shiranui deck. Hold on. Skull Servant is kind of popular. There's a lot of people using the Skull Servant. There's even a archetype that supports the Skull Servant because they kind of want to win with level ones. So so here's a zombie master. It's once per turn you can send one monster from your hand. This is good, but the zombie master needs to be on the field. So that's the issue with it. If you compare this to Mizuki, you could just banish this card from the graveyard and you special summon a zombie. This one you have to discard a card, then there's like a level 4 or lower restriction, and it needs to be face up on the field. Mizuki, on the other hand, you can just banish this and summon another zombie without any restriction. So, it's power crept by the Mizuki, the zombie master. It's the reason why I didn't put it on the Shiranui deck. Skull Servant is a good idea. I just don't like the Skull Servant card. There's a lot of people using the Skull Servant. I just don't like the card itself. I'm thinking plants, but there's also Preda plants, which I probably need an Exceed deck. So if you're gonna look my deck, look at my deck. This is a fusion deck. The Secrets of Dark Magic, the Dark Magician. Usually, even though if it's like a normal monster focus deck, it's a fusion deck. Alter Guys is a link deck. Necro Valley is more of a control deck. Shiranui is a synchro deck. I don't have an Exceed deck. So that's the one that I probably am thinking of building. I want to try Raid Raptors, but I checked and they're very expensive. So I need to think something else. Raid Raptors, are very expensive because they're like the anime stuff. If you watch the anime, you probably want to build a Raid Raptor deck because of how cool the character is. So yeah. And there's even an engine that will allow you for some winged beast shenanigans, but that's going to have more URs. So, as much as I love Raid Raptors, they're kind of out of budget. Exceed deck. So I did not. The problem is probably I did not watch Zexal a lot. The favorite Yu-Gi-Ohs that I watched are of course the OG, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Adam, the Pharaoh. That's of course the GOAT. That's the reason why I have the. Okay, that's a good idea. Hang on. DDD. Holy shit. It actually will work. You only need one of this and one of these. You don't need many monsters on the extra deck. So you're probably going to need. Okay. You're probably going to need 1, 2, 3 URs. 3, 4. Because you won't put 4 Siegfrieds on your extra deck. You will not do that. So you'll the URs, you're probably going to need one of which, and then you just invest on, okay, we'll go with, all right. And it also help, this is a pendulum deck. So I have a pendulum deck with DDD, and I also like the character that is using DDD, so it's also good. So this is going to be my pendulum deck, but I need the Xyz deck. He has Xyz monsters, but his deck is pendulum focused. So okay, DDD is a good suggestion. I will I will build that. Let's check for Xyz deck. Because for sometimes, if there's events coming in, I have to skip the event because I don't have like a deck that I know that I could use. Because I don't want to use loners most of the time because I have to read stuff, and that's something that most Yu-Gi-Oh players hate on doing. Reading that's not your deck. Probably reading your deck is fun, but reading other people's decks is like crazy. What's this? For my synchro deck, I considered doing a Jack Atlas build before, but it's also expensive, so I wasn't able to build a Jack Atlas deck because the characters that I liked are the Atom, the Dark Magician. Of course, I did not like Kaiba or the Blue Eyes White Dragon. I also like Ishizu. That's the reason why I built Gravekeepers. So the one that fought against Kaiba, I also like Ishizu. And then for GX, I did not like GX. It's probably because of the high school setting. I don't like high school setting. But there's just characters that I like from GX, mainly Zane Truesdale, which plays the Cyber Darks. And I also like his brother, the one that plays the Roids, except that the Roids on Master Duel are crap. On what's the next anime after that? Is it the 5Ds already? Okay. It should be the 5Ds, or probably Zexo came first. I just skipped Zexo. I did not watch Zexo. I watched 5Ds and I liked Infernities. I like Jack Atlas. And I like um I didn't like Ancient Gear. I like Crow, the Black Wings. So those are the ones that I like on the on 5Ds. I even like the villains. Some of the villains there I like the Aesir ones, the Odin ones, the Loki ones. I like them. They just didn't get much support. I also like the Earthbound Immortals, the one that they're fighting against on the one of the arcs there. I also like them. So the one that uses field spells. So those are crazy, like the Dark Signers. I like 5Ds. And also the one with the links, I like them. That's the reason why I also built an Altergeist deck because uh, there's a character on that anime, the Brains one, that plays the Altergeist. And Playmaker is a cool protagonist. If you watch the anime, he's very cool. But the problem with with Vrains is that the poster child of his deck, Firewall Dragon, got banned early, so no one can use the poster child for his deck because it's printed too strong for competitive play. So that's probably why the reason it's not popular, because the card that gave it its fame is you can't use it real games. So crazy. Holy shit. The card looks amazing. I wanna play this one, but this is really obnoxious. I don't like to play. I wanna play uh, Yu-Gi-Oh, but I kind of want my opponent to play as well. This it, it's fun to negate stuff, but it's not fun if you do it like most of the time. I kind of want my opponent to play too, but probably restrict him on what he needs to play, not negating stuff. So that's the reason why I like the control scheme of Necro Valley. You can play, but you have to play my way. I'm not going to negate your stuff or something like that. So something within that line of control. And that's the reason why it's kind of hard to pitch Yu-Gi-Oh to a newer player, because most of the players in Yu-Gi-Oh, if they're going to build a deck, it's more on not allowing your opponent to play the game, which I think is not very good on its sense, because most of the players, if the new players get that kind of experience, they will not be incentivized to play the game anymore. So the game is just going to die. The fuck? The card is good. And the effect is good as well. And this is an Xyz deck, which, completes my roster of decks. Okay, I'll put it under consideration, since up on July 1 they already have like the where's the Gustav Max? I don't know those decks. Hang on. Gustav Max? What's that? Hold on. Super Dreadnought. Let me just check. I don't know those. Super Dreadnought? But there are just 4. Oh, okay. Machine ships. But there are just 4. Gustav. There are probably machine decks. Machine. And Xyz, right? Okay. And they look like ships. something like this, the rail cannons or something. And they're level 11 and level 10s. Okay. The problem is how to summon them. This is probably their ace monster. I'll think about the super dreadnought, but I do like an Xyz monster. Xyz deck. Okay, what time is it? All right. All right. Yeah. I only have to. I still have to do some coding on my programming too. So we'll call it off for today. Let me just check this new protector. Ooh. Sorry, I got distracted. It was really good. It's good looking. Constellar pure Xyz. Okay. I know Constellar the Constel because on the anime it was used by one of the characters. But but the problem with Constellar is uh that character always lost on the anime, so it did not gain a good reputation from me, or I guess because the character that keeps on using the Constellar is losing on the anime. So something like Stellar Knights. So they're also related there. So so yeah. But I will check whatever exists deck I decide on using. But definitely I am going to consider the Exo Sister. I'll check how much it costs and all that stuff. And I also look for other Xyz decks. All right. I think that's all for me today. I think that's all for me today. Thank you guys for joining me on my Yu-Gi-Oh stream. I didn't get to play much. I just probably kept on yapping about what decks I like and how I build stuff and how I, all of the random stuff. But yeah, I'll be programming some of my homeworks soon, and I'll be cutting off the stream early. Thank you guys for joining. Have a nice day. See ya.